Okay, at the end of the first video, it froze on me. I left you with C here to solve it. And so now I'm going to work it out for you. We're trying to isolate x plus 2. So we're going to first add, x plus 1 squared. So we're going to add 8 to both sides. And we'll get 5 times x plus 1 squared equals 8. Then we need to cancel out the 5 by dividing it. Do not distribute it. And I get x plus 1 squared equals 8 over 5. Those do not divide evenly, so we just leave it as x over 5. 8 over 5. I take the square root to cancel out our square, and that leaves us with x plus 1 equals plus or minus. I need to figure out what to do with the square root of 8. So I'm going to draw a little line here, over 5. So I can write that separately as the square root of 8 over the square root of 5. So I need to take care of, I need to do a couple things. I need to simplify the square root of 8, and I need to take care of the radical in the denominator. It doesn't really matter what order you do this in, but I'll do the 8 first. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. So that means I'm going to take a 2 out. So I have 2 radical 2 over the square root of 5. And now I need to rationalize my denominator. So I'll multiply by the square root of 5. And that gives me 2 radical 10 over 5. So I end up with plus or minus 2 radical 10 over 5. Now I need to solve for x, so I will subtract 1 from both sides, and I get x equals negative 1 plus or minus 2 radical 10 over 5. You have to simplify your answer completely. It doesn't really matter when you do it, as long as you do it at some point. And just to be clear, that's technically, but I kind of ran out of room. So equal sign and then boom. Okay, number 4, last example. Draw a line here to separate. Got to isolate the x plus 7 squared before I can take the square root. So I'll subtract 25 from both sides. I can already tell this is going to be imaginary. 4 times x plus 7 squared equals negative 25. I need to cancel out the 4, so I will divide. And that leaves me with x plus 7 squared equals negative 25 over 4. Cancel out the square by taking the square root of both sides. So I have x plus 7 equals plus or minus. Okay, now let's look at this guy. We've got the square root of negative 25 over the square root of 4. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. Now notice this is a negative 25. We know the square root of 25 is 5, but since it's negative, we're going to slap an I on it. So what we have here is, you could write it as 5/2 I, 5 over 2I. And then I need to subtract the 7, and I get x equals negative 7 plus or minus 5 over 2I. Now, since this has an I in it, it's a complex number, and we would call these complex conjugates. Oh, my Apple Pencil died, so I'm writing conjugates there. Okay, so for this practice, you're going to do the problems on number 11 here, page 140. So you notice it's A, B, C, D. You're doing 11, A through F. Alrighty, have a good day.